Welcome everyone. Now we'll present the summary of a comprehensive table summarizing various non-destructive examination or NDE methods. This summary including function, purpose, detectable defects, applicable materials, advantages, and limitations. Overview of non-destructive examination. Definition. Non-destructive examination or NDE refers to a set of inspection techniques used to evaluate the properties or integrity of a material, component, or system without causing damage. These methods are essential for ensuring safety, reliability, and compliance in various industries. The objectives of non-destructive examination or NDE is to detect surface and subsurface defects, evaluate material properties and structural integrity, ensure compliance with design and safety standards, support preventive maintenance and life extension of assets. Results obtained of non-destructive examination or NDE is to identification and characterization of defects, such as cracks, porosity, corrosion, documentation of inspection findings, recommendations for repair, replacement, or continued service, verification of manufacturing quality and in-service performance. Here's a comprehensive table summarizing various non-destructive examination or NDE methods, including their function, purpose, detectable defects, applicable materials, advantages, and limitations. Visual testing or VT method. The function of visual testing or VT is direct observation of the surface using the naked eye or tools like magnifiers, mirrors, borescopes, or cameras. The purpose of visual testing or VT is to identify visible surface defects or irregularities. Detectable defects by using visual testing or VT includes cracks, corrosion, misalignment, surface wear, discoloration. Visual testing or VT is applicable for materials includes all types of materials. The advantages of visual testing or VT includes simple and quick, low cost, and no equipment needed for basic inspection. The limitations of visual testing or VT includes only surface defects are detectable, requires good lighting and access, and depend on to inspector skills and experiences. Radiographic testing or RT method. The function of radiographic testing or RT is, uses X-rays or gamma rays to penetrate materials and capture internal images on film or digital detectors. The purpose of radiographic testing or RT is to detect internal flaws without damaging the component. Detectable defects by using radiographic testing or RT includes porosity, inclusions, cracks, voids, weld defects. Radiographic testing or RT is applicable for materials includes metals, composites, ceramics. The advantages of radiographic testing or RT includes reveals internal structure, permanent record of inspection, and high sensitivity to volumetric defects. The limitations of radiographic testing or RT includes radiation safety concerns, expensive equipment, requires skilled interpretation, and limited effectiveness on thick or dense materials. Ultrasonic testing or UT method. The function of ultrasonic testing or UT is, sends high-frequency sound waves into a material and analyzes the reflected signals. The purpose of ultrasonic testing or UT is to measure thickness and detect internal flaws. Detectable defects by using ultrasonic testing or UT includes cracks, voids, delaminations, inclusions. Ultrasonic testing or UT is applicable for materials includes metals, plastics, composites. The advantages of ultrasonic testing or UT includes deep penetration, accurate sizing and location of defects, and portable and versatile. The limitations of ultrasonic testing or UT includes requires skilled operator, surface must be accessible and smooth, and coolant, gel or liquid, needed for sound transmission. Magnetic particle testing or MT method. The function of magnetic particle testing or MT is, magnetizes the material and applies ferromagnetic particles to reveal surface/subsurface flaws. The purpose of magnetic particle testing or MT is to detect discontinuities in ferromagnetic materials. Detectable defects by using magnetic particle testing or MT includes cracks, seams, laps, inclusions. Magnetic particle testing or MT is applicable for materials includes ferromagnetic materials, such as iron, steel. The advantages of magnetic particle testing or MT includes quick and effective for surface or subsurface flaws. And inexpensive. The limitations of magnetic particle testing or MT includes only works on ferromagnetic materials, surface preparation required. And not suitable for deep internal defects. Liquid penetrant testing or PT method. The function of liquid penetrant testing or PT is, applies a dye penetrant to the surface, which seeps into cracks and is revealed by a developer. The purpose of liquid penetrant testing or PT is to detect surface breaking defects. Detectable defects by using liquid penetrant testing or PT includes cracks, porosity, laps, seams. Liquid penetrant testing or PT is applicable for materials includes non-porous materials, includes metals, ceramics, plastics. The advantages of liquid penetrant testing or PT includes simple and low cost. And high sensitivity to small surface defects. The limitations of liquid penetrant testing or PT includes only surface defects detectable, requires thorough cleaning before and after. And not suitable for porous materials. Eddy current testing or ET method. The function of eddy current testing or ET is, uses electromagnetic induction to detect flaws and material properties. The purpose of eddy current testing or ET is to detect surface and near-surface defects in conductive materials. Detectable defects by using eddy current testing or ET includes cracks, corrosion, conductivity changes. Eddy current testing or ET is applicable for materials includes conductive materials, mostly metals. The advantages of eddy current testing or ET includes no contact needed, sensitive to small cracks. And fast and automated. The limitations of eddy current testing or ET includes limited penetration depth, only works on conductive materials. And sensitive to geometry and surface condition. Acoustic emission testing or AE method. The function of acoustic emission testing or AE is, monitors sound waves emitted by materials under stress. The purpose of acoustic emission testing or AE is to detect active flaws during loading or operation. Detectable defects by using acoustic emission testing or AE includes crack growth, corrosion, leakage. Acoustic emission testing or AE is applicable for materials includes metals, composites. The advantages of acoustic emission testing or AE includes real-time monitoring and can detect dynamic changes. The limitations of acoustic emission testing or AE includes complex setup, difficult interpretation, and not suitable for static defects. Infrared thermography testing or IRT method. The function of infrared thermography testing or IRT is, uses infrared cameras to detect temperature variations caused by subsurface defects. The purpose of infrared thermography testing or IRT is to identify flaws based on heat flow anomalies. Detectable defects by using infrared thermography testing or IRT includes delaminations, voids, cracks. Infrared thermography testing or IRT is applicable for materials includes metals, composites, ceramics. The advantages of infrared thermography testing or IRT includes non-contact and fast. And can inspect large areas. The limitations of infrared thermography testing or IRT includes limited depth detection, affected by surface emissivity and environment. And requires thermal contrast. Leak testing or LT method. The function of leak testing or LT is, detects leaks using pressure, vacuum, or tracer gases. The purpose of leak testing or LT is to ensure containment integrity. Detectable defects by using leak testing or LT includes cracks, holes, porosity. Leak testing or LT is applicable for materials includes pressure vessels, piping systems. The advantages of leak testing or LT includes sensitive to small leaks. And multiple techniques available, such as bubble, pressure decay, helium. The limitations of leak testing or LT includes, may require pressurization or immersion, setup can be complex. And environmental factors may affect results. Applicable standards and references for non-destructive examination or NDE, international and industry standards, includes, standards and references number 1. ASNT or American Society for Non-Destructive Testing, includes S&TC 1A for recommended practice for personnel qualification. And CP 189 ASNT is a standard for qualification and certification, standards and references number 2. ISO or International Organization for Standardization, includes ISO 9712 for qualification and certification of NDT personnel, standards and references number 3. ASME or American Society of Mechanical Engineers, includes ASME Section 5 for Nondestructive Examination. And ASME B31.1 and B31.3 for piping codes. Standards and references number 4. ASTM Intonation or American Standard Testing and Material, includes ASTM E709 for magnetic particle testing, ASTM E1444 for magnetic particle testing practice, ASTM E1417 for liquid penetrant testing, ASTM E94, 1742 for radiographic testing. ASTM E213 and E2375 for ultrasonic testing. And ASTM E426 for eddy current testing, standards and references number 5. API or American Petroleum Institute, includes API 510 for pressure vessel inspection, API 570 for piping inspection, API 653 for tank inspection, standards and references number 6. AWS or American Welding Society, includes AWS D1.1 for structural welding code, steel, AWS D1.6 for structural welding code, stainless steel. Thank you.